Hi, 7th graders. Welcome to our lesson on the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. So today we are going to be taking notes a little bit different because we're going to be reading an article. So what we are going to do is read through this article on our own first, and then we're going to mark up the text, and then you are going to get a strip of questions that we are going to put into our notebook and then answer the questions from there. So we're going to be learning about the base of the American government and how it was created. So we're at this point in our unit where we know about the American Revolution, why it started. The United States had not yet been created. It's been the colonies that are fighting against the British for independence. We know that the colonies were, oh, that's Rudy. We know that the colonies were upset with the British because of the taxes and not having any representation in government. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I got Rudy. He's not barking anymore. We're all good. So, what we are going to do with this article today is grab our pencil and our highlighter, and we're just going to be marking it together. So what I first want to write is our name up at the top. And then we are going to write in our learning objective for the day. Which is, I can describe the main ideas of the Declaration of Independence. So you will be able to describe what it's saying. Why do we have the Declaration of Independence? And then this HUC, we're going to be highlighting, underlining, and circling. So we're going to highlight steps that it took to create the Declaration of Independence. We're going to underline the main ideas of the Declaration of Independence. And then we'll just circle numbers today. Numbers that we can find in the text when we are reading. So your page should look just like mine right now. Next thing I want you to do before we go and read is number our paragraphs. So you can just put that number on the side there. There should be 9 paragraphs today. I'm going to go in the back too. I will read the first paragraph with you, help you mark up the text, and then you will get with a partner and read through the rest of the article together, and then you are going to answer those questions together as well. All right. Throughout the 1770s, and I'm going to circle that because that's a number, colonists continued to clash with British loyalists as the fight for American independence became more intense. The colonists expressed their frustrations and their wishes by publishing newspaper articles or brochures using fake names. The most well-known brochure, Common Sense, was published by Thomas Paine. His purpose when writing this brochure was to convince colonists that having kings and queens was wrong. Colonists should govern themselves. Many colonists were inspired to demand independence after reading Common Sense. Okay, so some steps that it could take were that the colonists expressed frustrations. Ooh, my highlighter is not great. By publishing articles or newspapers using fake names. So some colonists wanted to get out their thoughts and feelings about the British and write them down on paper. We can see that the colonists, of course, were not happy with the British, and they were wanting to say, this is the stuff that we don't like. Let's see. We also know that Thomas Paine was upset about having kings and queens, and they thought that the colonists should govern themselves. That's just important to note, because we don't have kings and queens in the United States today, do we? We'll just also highlight the one at the bottom. Many colonists were inspired to demand independence after reading Common Sense. So the reason I highlighted those was because they are things that Americans were doing before the Declaration of Independence, kind of inspired the Declaration of Independence. As you're going to continue to highlight and underline, this stuff is going to be things that kind of jump out at you, and things that will help you remember the steps that it took to create the Declaration of Independence, the main ideas. So when you work with your partner, use your best judgment with your partner. What do you two agree on when you're reading through the rest of the article? When you are done with reading the article, you are going to go up to the front table and you are going to grab some questions that look like this. Oops, maybe you can't see it. Oh, here we go. That looks like this. It'll just be one strip of questions, and you'll be answering them in your notebook. So you'll just write them in with your partner, and then you'll take the mastery check, and then we will go on to the next lesson. Thank you for watching, and good luck on those questions.